What if the secret to success is simply how you think? At Mind Fuel Audio, we bring you life-changing insights inspired by Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. Learn how embracing a growth mindset can unlock your potential and transform your life. Tune in and fuel your journey to greatness. Chapter 1: The Mindsets. Have you ever stopped to think about why some people achieve incredible success while others struggle to move forward? What makes some individuals fearless in the face of challenges while others avoid them at all costs? In Chapter 1 of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol S. Dweck explores this fascinating idea and introduces us to a powerful concept: our mindset. The way we think about our abilities and intelligence can shape our entire lives, influencing how we learn, grow, and face difficulties. Dweck explains that people generally have one of two mindsets: the fixed mindset or the growth mindset. These mindsets influence the way we approach challenges, handle failure, and strive for success. Understanding these mindsets can help us unlock our true potential and transform the way we see ourselves and our abilities. The fixed mindset, a fear of failure. People with a fixed mindset believe that their talents, intelligence, and abilities are set in stone. They think, "I'm either good at something, or I'm not," and this belief affects the way they tackle life's challenges. Because they feel their abilities are unchangeable, they avoid situations where they might fail or look incompetent. Failure, in their eyes, is proof of their limitations rather than an opportunity to learn. For example, imagine a student who believes they are bad at math. Instead of putting in effort to improve, they avoid difficult math problems, fearing embarrassment or disappointment. This fixed way of thinking creates self-doubt and limits their potential to grow. People with a fixed mindset often stick to what they know, avoiding risks and challenges. They believe that talent alone determines success, which makes them afraid of trying new things. A fixed mindset also leads to a constant need for validation. People with this mindset often seek praise to prove their worth, relying on others to affirm their abilities rather than working to improve. They feel threatened by others' success and often compare themselves to others, fearing that someone else's achievements make them look less capable. The growth mindset, embracing challenges. In contrast, people with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. They understand that success is not about being born talented but about working hard, making mistakes, and continuously improving. A growth mindset allows individuals to embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. For example, an athlete with a growth mindset sees every setback as an opportunity to get better. Instead of giving up after a poor performance, they analyze what went wrong, train harder, and come back stronger. They believe effort leads to improvement, and they are not afraid of failure because they see it as part of the learning journey. Dweck highlights inspiring examples of people who adopted a growth mindset and achieved great success. From world-class athletes to successful entrepreneurs, she explains how embracing challenges and persevering through difficulties can lead to extraordinary achievements. Individuals like Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team, or Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, are perfect examples of how a growth mindset can lead to greatness. How our mindset shapes our lives. The way we think about our abilities doesn't just affect our success at work or school, it influences every area of our lives. Our mindset shapes how we handle relationships, face difficulties, and respond to criticism. People with a fixed mindset may struggle in relationships because they view problems as signs of failure, while those with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to strengthen their connection and learn from each other. Dweck also explores how parents, teachers, and mentors can influence our mindset from an early age. When children are praised for being smart, rather than for their effort, they may develop a fixed mindset, believing that their intelligence is fixed and cannot be improved. However, When they are praised for their hard work and persistence, they learn that effort leads to success, fostering a growth mindset that encourages them to take on new challenges. Shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. One of the most encouraging messages of this chapter is that our mindset is not permanent. Even if we've had a fixed mindset for most of our lives, we can change the way we think and adopt a growth mindset. Dweck provides practical steps to help us recognize our fixed mindset tendencies and start developing new thought patterns that focus on growth and improvement. It starts with self-awareness, recognizing when we avoid challenges or feel discouraged by failure. By shifting our perspective and viewing obstacles as opportunities to learn, we can slowly rewire our thinking. Over time, this change in mindset can lead to greater confidence, resilience, and success in all aspects of life. Key takeaways from Chapter 1. Mindset shapes success. Whether we believe our abilities are fixed or can be developed determines how we approach challenges. Fixed mindset holds us back. Fear of failure and the need for validation prevent growth and limit potential. Growth mindset fuels success. Embracing challenges and believing in the power of effort leads to improvement and achievement. We can change our mindset. By recognizing limiting beliefs and adopting a new perspective, we can unlock our true potential. Chapter 2, Inside the Mindsets. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to bounce back from failure while others crumble under pressure? What drives people to keep pushing forward when things get tough? In Chapter 2 of Mindset, Carol S. Dweck takes us deeper into the world of mindsets, helping us understand how our beliefs about ourselves shape the way we live, learn, and grow. She explains how the fixed and growth mindsets influence our daily lives, from the way we handle challenges to how we perceive success and failure. Dweck begins by breaking down the fundamental differences between the fixed and growth mindsets. People with a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence, talents, and personality traits are set in stone. They think, "I am who I am, and I can't change much." As a result, they often avoid situations where they might struggle or fail because they fear that failure will define them. They view effort as a sign of weakness. If you have to try too hard, it must mean you're not naturally good enough. On the other hand, those with a growth mindset see their abilities as flexible and capable of improvement. They believe that with dedication, hard work, and persistence, they can develop their skills and overcome obstacles. For them, effort is not a sign of failure but a stepping stone to mastery. They thrive on challenges and see failure as an opportunity to learn rather than as proof of inadequacy. The power of beliefs. Dweck dives into how these mindsets develop, showing that our beliefs are shaped early in life by the messages we receive from parents, teachers, and society. She explains that when children are praised for being smart rather than for their effort, they may develop a fixed mindset. They start believing that their worth is tied to their intelligence and avoid anything that could challenge that perception. On the other hand, when children are praised for their hard work and persistence, they learn that effort leads to growth and success. A fascinating example Dweck shares is about students who were given challenging puzzles to solve. Those with a growth mindset embraced the challenge, eager to learn and improve, while those with a fixed mindset became anxious and gave up quickly. This simple experiment highlights how our mindset can influence our willingness to take on challenges and persist through difficulties. Failure and success through different lenses. One of the most eye-opening parts of Chapter 2 is how Dweck explains the way people with different mindsets perceive success and failure. For a person with a fixed mindset, success means proving that they are smart, talented, or capable. If they fail, they take it personally, seeing it as a reflection of their worth. This fear of failure often prevents them from taking risks or stepping outside their comfort zone. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset view success as a journey of learning and improvement. They don't see failure as something to be ashamed of but rather as a valuable learning experience. They analyze their mistakes, make adjustments, and come back stronger. This perspective allows them to continuously grow and achieve higher levels of success over time. Dweck provides real-life stories of famous individuals who embody the growth mindset, such as Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His persistence and belief in learning through failure perfectly illustrate the power of a growth-oriented perspective. The impact of mindset on relationships and work. Mindsets don't just influence our academic or professional lives, they play a crucial role in our relationships as well. Dweck explains that people with a fixed mindset often struggle with personal relationships because they believe personality traits are fixed and unchangeable. They might think, if this relationship isn't working, it means we're not meant to be together, rather than trying to improve and work through challenges. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see relationships as opportunities to learn, grow, and adapt. They believe that through communication, effort, and understanding, relationships can evolve and strengthen over time. This mindset leads to healthier, more resilient relationships that can withstand challenges and grow stronger. In the workplace, a fixed mindset can be limiting. Employees with a fixed mindset may avoid taking on new responsibilities for fear of failure, while those with a growth mindset are more willing to step up, take risks, and develop new skills. Leaders with a growth mindset create environments where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities, fostering innovation and progress within their teams. Overcoming the fixed mindset. Dweck reassures readers that no one is stuck with a fixed mindset forever. She provides practical strategies for shifting from a fixed to a growth mindset. The first step is awareness, recognizing the limiting beliefs that hold us back. By challenging these thoughts and replacing them with growth-oriented ones, we can start to see our abilities as changeable and develop a more resilient approach to challenges. She suggests practicing self-compassion and focusing on the process rather than the outcome. Instead of aiming for perfection, we should celebrate progress and effort. This mindset shift can open up new opportunities and lead to a more fulfilling and successful life. Key lessons from Chapter 2. Mindset shapes our success. Whether we believe our abilities are fixed or can be developed affects how we approach challenges and setbacks. Failure is not final. Growth-minded individuals see failure as an opportunity to learn, while fixed-minded people see it as a reflection of their worth. Effort is essential. Success comes from persistence and effort, not just natural talent. Mindset impacts relationships. A growth mindset can lead to healthier, more resilient relationships by promoting learning and adaptation. Change is possible. Shifting from a fixed to a growth mindset is achievable with the right awareness and practice. Chapter 3: The Truth About Ability and Accomplishment. What truly separates high achievers from everyone else? Is it natural talent, or is there something more? In Chapter 3 of Mindset, Carol S. Dweck challenges the commonly held belief that success is all about talent. She explains that while talent can play a role, it is effort, learning, and perseverance that truly determine success. This chapter dives deep into how our mindset influences our accomplishments and reveals the surprising truth about what it takes to reach our full potential. Dweck argues that society often places too much emphasis on natural ability. We celebrate gifted individuals and assume their success comes effortlessly. However, research and real-life examples show that even the most talented individuals must work hard, make mistakes, and push themselves to improve. The key difference between those who achieve great things and those who don't isn't talent, it's their mindset. The fixed mindset. The talent trap. People with a fixed mindset believe that talent alone determines success. They think, if I'm naturally good at something, I shouldn't have to work hard. As a result, they avoid challenges that could expose their weaknesses. They fear that struggling means they're not truly talented, so they stick to what they know and avoid risks. For example, a student who believes they are naturally smart might shy away from difficult subjects, fearing that struggling will make them look less intelligent. Similarly, an athlete with a fixed mindset may avoid intense training, thinking that if they were truly gifted, they wouldn't need to work so hard. This belief limits growth and prevents people from reaching their full potential. Dweck shares the story of students who were praised for their intelligence versus those praised for their effort. Those praised for intelligence developed a fixed mindset, avoiding challenges to protect their smart image. In contrast, students praised for their effort embraced challenges and performed better over time. This highlights how focusing on talent alone can hold people back. The growth mindset, effort unlocks potential. In contrast, people with a growth mindset understand that talent is just the starting point. They believe that with hard work, persistence, and the right strategies, they can improve and achieve their goals. Instead of seeing effort as a sign of weakness, they see it as a tool for growth. Dweck provides powerful examples of successful individuals who embody the growth mindset. One notable example is Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Many assume he was naturally gifted, but in reality, Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he used that setback as motivation to train harder, improve his skills, and ultimately achieve greatness. Another inspiring example is Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. His growth mindset allowed him to see failure as part of the learning process, rather than a reflection of his abilities. These stories show that persistence and effort are the real keys to success. The role of hard work in achievement. One of the most important lessons from Chapter 3 is that effort matters more than talent. Dweck explains that even those with natural abilities must work hard to reach their full potential. Talent can give people a head start, but without effort, it doesn't lead to long-term success. Dweck points to research on musicians, athletes, and business professionals to illustrate this point. Studies show that the most successful individuals are not necessarily those with the highest IQ or natural ability but those who put in consistent effort over time. The 10,000-hour rule, popularized by Malcolm Gladwell, supports this idea. Mastery comes from dedicated practice and effort, not just innate talent. Overcoming the fear of failure. A fixed mindset often leads to a fear of failure, which can prevent people from even trying. Dweck explains that this fear stems from the belief that failure is a reflection of one's abilities. When people see failure as proof that they aren't good enough, they avoid risks and opportunities for growth. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see failure as a natural part of learning. They view mistakes as opportunities to improve and refine their skills. This mindset allows them to take on bigger challenges, push through obstacles, and ultimately achieve more than those who fear failure. How mindset shapes our approach to learning. Dweck highlights how mindset affects our willingness to learn new things. People with a fixed mindset often stick to what they know, afraid to step outside their comfort zones. They believe that if they struggle with something new, it means they're not naturally talented. However, those with a growth mindset are eager to learn. They embrace new challenges and understand that the process of learning is often messy and full of mistakes. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a skill, or pursuing a new career, they approach learning with curiosity and resilience. Practical steps to develop a growth mindset. Dweck offers practical advice on how to shift from a fixed to a growth mindset. Some of the key strategies include: embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, see them as opportunities to grow and improve. Learn from criticism, use feedback as a tool for growth rather than a personal attack. Celebrate effort, not just results. Recognize the value of hard work and persistence, even if the outcome isn't perfect. Replace negative thoughts, challenge self-limiting beliefs and replace them with positive, growth-oriented thoughts. Be patient with yourself, understand that growth takes time and setbacks are a natural part of the journey. Key takeaways from Chapter 3. Talent alone is not enough, success requires hard work, persistence, and a willingness to learn from failure. Effort is the key to improvement. People who put in consistent effort achieve far more than those who rely solely on talent. Failure is a stepping stone. Instead of fearing failure, we should see it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Mindset can be changed. With awareness and practice, anyone can develop a growth mindset and unlock their potential. Chapter 4, Sports, the Mindset of a Champion. In Chapter 4 of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol S. Dweck delves into how mindsets affect achievement in sports. She explores how athletes, coaches, and teams use their mindset to either hinder or enhance performance. Sports, more than many other fields, reveal the stark contrast between the fixed and growth mindsets, and Dweck uses this context to show just how powerful mindset can be in determining success. The growth mindset in athletes. Dweck introduces the idea that athletes with a growth mindset view their abilities as something that can be developed through effort, practice, and perseverance. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, they view them as opportunities to learn and grow. They believe that with enough dedication and hard work, they can improve, regardless of their starting point. This mindset is essential for athletes who aim to reach the highest levels of performance. Take, for example, the story of basketball legend Michael Jordan. Jordan is often considered one of the best players to ever play the game, but his early career was marked by setbacks. He was famously cut from his high school basketball team. Rather than letting this failure define him, Jordan used it as fuel to improve his skills. His commitment to learning and his unshakable belief that he could get better through practice were key to his eventual success. This is the essence of the growth mindset, viewing setbacks not as failures, but as feedback for improvement. Athletes with a growth mindset are more likely to embrace challenges and work through adversity. They don't shy away from difficult tasks, and they don't let failure discourage them. Instead, they use failures as valuable lessons that help them build resilience. Whether it's a missed shot, a lost game, or a poor performance, these athletes understand that such setbacks are simply part of the learning process and that they will continue to improve with time and effort. The fixed mindset, a roadblock to success. In contrast, athletes with a fixed mindset often believe that their abilities are set in stone. They think that talent alone will carry them through, and if they struggle or fail, it must mean they are not good enough. This kind of thinking can be debilitating. If failure means that their abilities are lacking, they may avoid challenging situations or give up more easily when faced with obstacles. The fear of failure can be overwhelming for those with a fixed mindset, and it often prevents them from pushing themselves beyond their comfort zones. Dweck explains that athletes with a fixed mindset are often more concerned with proving their talent than with improving themselves. If they are praised for being naturally gifted, they may become complacent, believing that effort isn't necessary. As a result, they avoid situations where they might struggle or fail. For example, if a tennis player believes that their skill level is purely the result of natural talent, they may not push themselves in practice or work on developing their weaknesses. They might avoid facing stronger opponents or challenging themselves with new techniques, ultimately limiting their growth as athletes. One of the biggest drawbacks of the fixed mindset in sports is that it leads to an avoidance of risk. If an athlete believes their abilities are fixed, they may avoid pushing their limits to avoid failure. This can stifle their growth and keep them from reaching their full potential. Instead of focusing on learning and improving, they may become trapped in the need to prove themselves, which creates a fear of failure. The role of coaches in shaping mindset. Coaches play a significant role in shaping the mindset of athletes. According to Dweck, Coaches can either foster a growth mindset or reinforce a fixed mindset, depending on how they praise and motivate their players. Coaches who emphasize effort, perseverance, and learning help athletes develop a growth mindset. They celebrate improvement and encourage players to embrace challenges. For example, a coach who praises a player for their hard work, hustle, and commitment will help the athlete internalize the belief that success comes from effort and persistence. On the other hand, a coach who consistently praises natural talent or outcomes, such as scoring goals or winning games, may inadvertently cultivate a fixed mindset. These athletes might begin to believe that they should succeed easily and that failure is a sign of lack of talent. Coaches who focus on the process of growth, rather than just the results, encourage athletes to adopt a mindset that sees improvement as the primary goal. Dweck emphasizes that coaches who promote a growth mindset also tend to create environments where athletes feel safe to fail. These coaches encourage players to take risks, try new techniques, and embrace challenges. This leads to an atmosphere where athletes are willing to push themselves beyond their limits, knowing that mistakes are a natural part of the process. The impact of mindset on team performance. The impact of mindset isn't just individual, it can shape the performance of an entire team. A team that collectively embraces a growth mindset is more likely to succeed, as each member is focused on improving and learning together. Dweck highlights the example of a soccer team that had been underperforming. The coach adopted a growth mindset approach, emphasizing the importance of effort and collaboration over raw talent. As a result, the team began to develop a stronger sense of camaraderie and resilience. They worked together to improve their skills, and over time, they became more successful. In contrast, teams that have members with a fixed mindset often struggle to reach their full potential. When one player believes their abilities are fixed, it can create tension within the team. Players may become defensive, reluctant to admit mistakes, or unwilling to accept constructive criticism. This can stifle communication and hinder team dynamics, ultimately affecting overall performance. Dweck explains that when athletes in a team focus on developing their skills and learning from each other, the group as a whole benefits. A growth mindset fosters collaboration, resilience, and a shared sense of purpose. Players support each other's growth, and this collective attitude helps everyone improve. Overcoming setbacks and reaching new heights. Dweck also explores how athletes with a growth mindset overcome setbacks and use them as fuel for further improvement. Failure, in the context of sports, is inevitable. Every athlete faces challenges, whether it's an injury, a losing streak, or a personal setback. However, the way athletes respond to these challenges can make all the difference. For athletes with a growth mindset, failure is not something to fear, but something to learn from. Dweck explains how athletes who view mistakes as part of the learning process are more likely to bounce back after a setback. They adjust their strategies, learn new techniques, and persist through difficult times. This ability to recover and learn from failure is a hallmark of the growth mindset, and it is one of the key factors that sets high achievers apart from those who struggle to reach their full potential. Key lessons from Chapter 4. Mindset influences athletic success. Athletes with a growth mindset are more likely to embrace challenges and improve over time, while those with a fixed mindset may limit their potential. Effort leads to mastery. Success in sports isn't just about talent, it's about persistence, practice, and a willingness to learn from mistakes. Coaches shape mindset. Coaches who emphasize effort and improvement foster a growth mindset in their players, leading to greater success both individually and as a team. Team mindset matters. A team with a growth mindset supports each other's development and achieves better results together. Failure is an opportunity. Athletes with a growth mindset view failure as feedback, using it to adjust, improve, and ultimately reach new heights. Chapter 5, Business, Mindset and Leadership. In Chapter 5 of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol S. Dweck explores the impact of mindset on leadership and success in business. She focuses on how both individuals and organizations can either thrive or stagnate based on their mindset. Dweck draws a clear distinction between how leaders with a fixed mindset approach their work in teams versus leaders with a growth mindset. This chapter is particularly valuable for anyone looking to improve their leadership skills, whether in a corporate setting or as an entrepreneur. The fixed mindset in business. Dweck begins by discussing the implications of a fixed mindset in the business world. Leaders with a fixed mindset tend to focus on proving their worth rather than developing and nurturing the talents of their employees. These individuals believe that success is the result of inherent talent, and they are often resistant to change or new ideas. They may view challenges, failures, and mistakes as reflections of their own inadequacy, rather than opportunities to learn and grow. A business leader with a fixed mindset might be highly competitive, driven by the need to appear successful, and reluctant to ask for help. They may surround themselves with employees who reinforce their ideas and avoid feedback or criticism. This type of leadership can stifle creativity and prevent the organization from adapting to changes in the market or industry. Such leaders may be more concerned with protecting their image than empowering their team, which can lead to an atmosphere of fear and low morale. For example, Dweck points to leaders who refuse to delegate authority because they fear others might outshine them or demonstrate that they are not as talented. Instead of developing a collaborative, inclusive work environment, these leaders often create a toxic atmosphere in which their subordinates feel undervalued and unsupported. The growth mindset in business. In contrast, leaders with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. They believe that abilities can be developed through hard work, dedication, and feedback. Leaders with a growth mindset focus on cultivating talent within their teams, encouraging experimentation, and supporting employees as they develop new skills. Instead of focusing solely on outcomes, these leaders are more concerned with the process and the continual improvement of both themselves and their teams. Dweck explains that growth-oriented leaders create an environment where people feel encouraged to take risks, share ideas, and learn from their mistakes. These leaders are open to feedback, not as a criticism of their abilities, but as a tool for growth. They don't see mistakes as failures but as stepping stones toward improvement. By fostering an atmosphere of learning, they help their teams achieve higher levels of success. Employees working under such leaders are more likely to be motivated, engaged, and productive because they feel supported and valued. For example, leaders like Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, are often cited as embodying the growth mindset in their approach to business. Bezos has been known for encouraging innovation, risk-taking, and even celebrating failures as opportunities to learn. Amazon's culture is centered on experimentation and continuous improvement, which has helped the company adapt and grow rapidly over the years. The role of feedback in business. A key concept that Dweck emphasizes in this chapter is the importance of feedback. Leaders with a growth mindset actively seek feedback and use it to improve. They don't take criticism personally, but instead, they view it as an opportunity to refine their approach. In contrast, leaders with a fixed mindset often avoid feedback because they fear it will expose their weaknesses. This fear can lead them to make poor decisions or continue using ineffective strategies because they are unwilling to acknowledge their mistakes. Dweck shares several examples of successful business leaders who embraced feedback and used it to propel their organizations forward. These leaders are not afraid to hear negative reviews or constructive criticism, and they use it as a springboard for change. They also encourage their teams to seek feedback and continuously improve, fostering a culture of growth and adaptability. In contrast, leaders with a fixed mindset may create environments where feedback is seen as a threat rather than an opportunity. This can lead to stagnation, as employees are reluctant to speak up or share their ideas. Over time, the lack of innovation and self-reflection can cause the company to fall behind its competitors. Case studies: companies shaped by mindset. Dweck highlights several case studies of companies where mindset played a significant role in their success or failure. One example is the technology company IBM, which underwent a major transformation under the leadership of Louis Gerstner. When Gerstner took over, IBM was struggling. He quickly realized that the company needed to shift its mindset from a culture of protecting the status quo to one of embracing change and innovation. By encouraging risk-taking and experimentation, Gerstner helped to revitalize the company, and IBM went on to thrive. In contrast, companies that fail to embrace a growth mindset often struggle to adapt to new challenges. Dweck provides the example of Blockbuster, the once dominant video rental chain that failed to recognize the potential of online streaming and digital media. The company's leaders were focused on maintaining the status quo and were reluctant to embrace change. By the time they realized the need for innovation, they were too far behind their competitors to recover. These case studies serve as a powerful reminder of how mindset can make or break a company. Leaders who embrace change and foster a growth mindset within their organizations are better equipped to navigate challenges and lead their teams to success. The power of a growth mindset in leadership development. Dweck also discusses how a growth mindset can be applied to leadership development. She explains that leaders, like anyone else, can develop their abilities over time. Leadership is not a trait reserved for a select few, it can be cultivated through learning, feedback, and practice. A growth mindset encourages leaders to view leadership as a journey of continuous improvement rather than an innate skill they must either have or not have. For organizations, this means providing opportunities for leadership development and encouraging aspiring leaders to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. Companies that invest in leadership development through training programs, mentorship, and feedback loops foster a growth-oriented culture that benefits everyone in the organization. These leaders, in turn, create environments where their employees can also grow and thrive. How mindset influences organizational culture. The mindset of leaders does not only affect individual performance, it shapes the entire organizational culture. A growth mindset at the top filters down through the ranks, influencing how teams collaborate, how employees engage with their work, and how the company approaches challenges. When leaders model a growth mindset, they set the tone for the rest of the organization, creating a culture of innovation, learning, and resilience. Dweck shares examples of companies that have cultivated a growth mindset throughout their entire organization. For instance, companies like Google and Netflix emphasize innovation, collaboration, and the importance of learning from failures. These companies understand that their success depends not just on individual talent, but on the collective growth of their teams. On the other hand, companies with leaders who exhibit a fixed mindset often create cultures of fear, compliance, and stagnation. Employees in these environments may be hesitant to speak up or offer new ideas, as they fear criticism or rejection. As a result, these companies may struggle to adapt to changes in the market or innovate in ways that keep them competitive. Chapter 6 Summary: Relationships, Mindsets in Love and Work. In Chapter 6 of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol S. Dweck explores the impact of mindsets on relationships, both romantic and professional. She delves into how the way we approach relationships can be shaped by our mindset, and how adopting either a fixed or growth mindset can either strengthen or undermine our connections with others. Dweck offers insights on how we can cultivate healthier, more fulfilling relationships by adopting a growth-oriented approach. The fixed mindset and relationships. Dweck begins by discussing the fixed mindset and how it affects relationships. People with a fixed mindset often believe that traits such as love, compatibility, and attraction are determined by fate and that they cannot change or improve over time. In romantic relationships, this means that individuals may expect their partner to just know their needs and to behave in ways that match their ideal vision of a perfect relationship. When challenges or conflicts arise, people with a fixed mindset may interpret them as signs that they have made a mistake or that their relationship is doomed. For example, in a romantic relationship, individuals with a fixed mindset might believe that their partner should be naturally understanding and affectionate without needing to communicate or work on these aspects. If their partner fails to meet these expectations, they may feel disappointed or resentful, thinking that the relationship isn't meant to be. In professional relationships, a similar pattern can emerge. Individuals with a fixed mindset may believe that their colleagues or coworkers either get it or don't, and that there's little room for improvement or understanding. They may be reluctant to invest time in developing these relationships, as they are focused on proving their worth rather than learning from and with others. People with a fixed mindset often avoid difficult conversations and are more likely to harbor grudges. They may have a tendency to give up on relationships that hit a rough patch, believing that if things are hard, then it's a sign that the relationship is wrong. This can be especially damaging in long-term partnerships, where growth and change are inevitable. Rather than working through challenges, fixed-mindset individuals may find themselves stuck, convinced that they cannot change or influence the outcome of the relationship. The growth mindset and relationships. In contrast, people with a growth mindset believe that relationships, like any other area of life, can be cultivated and improved over time. They are more likely to view challenges in relationships as opportunities for growth and connection. A growth mindset allows individuals to be more open to learning about themselves and their partners, recognizing that conflicts and misunderstandings are a normal part of any relationship. Instead of seeing these obstacles as threats, they see them as chances to deepen understanding and to evolve together. Dweck emphasizes that individuals with a growth mindset are more likely to communicate openly, share their feelings, and work collaboratively to solve problems. They are not afraid to express their needs or to listen to their partner's needs. In a romantic relationship, this means that a growth-oriented person will take the time to work through conflicts, engage in discussions, and seek to understand their partner's perspective. If misunderstandings arise, rather than jumping to conclusions or giving up, they see them as chances to better connect and find solutions together. In professional relationships, a growth mindset is equally valuable. People who approach work relationships with a growth mindset are more likely to be empathetic, patient, and understanding. They are open to feedback and willing to adapt in order to strengthen their professional bonds. They understand that collaboration and teamwork are processes that require effort, learning, and constant improvement. For instance, a manager with a growth mindset is likely to provide guidance and support to their team, helping them develop skills and confidence, rather than simply expecting them to perform without guidance. The role of communication in relationship mindsets. One of the key areas where mindset plays a major role in relationships is in communication. A fixed mindset can cause individuals to be defensive or closed off in the face of conflict. They may perceive criticism or differing opinions as a threat, causing them to shut down or react negatively. In contrast, those with a growth mindset are more likely to engage in open, honest communication. They are willing to listen, take responsibility for their part in a conflict, and actively seek solutions. Dweck shares that growth-minded individuals tend to have a more proactive approach to communication. In romantic relationships, this means that they express their feelings and concerns constructively rather than bottling them up or waiting for the other person to figure it out. In the workplace, growth-minded individuals are often more willing to provide constructive feedback and engage in dialogue about performance, helping to address issues before they escalate. The impact of praise and expectations. Another crucial aspect that Dweck addresses is the effect of praise and expectations in relationships. In both romantic and work settings, praise can have a profound effect on an individual's mindset and behavior. Fixed mindset individuals are often motivated by external validation, such as praise for their inherent qualities or achievements. However, Dweck warns that praising fixed traits, such as intelligence or talent, can inadvertently reinforce a fixed mindset in both children and adults. For example, if a person is constantly praised for being the best or naturally gifted in a romantic or professional setting, they may begin to believe that their value is solely based on these fixed traits. This can lead to a fear of failure or mistakes, as they might worry that they will no longer be seen as special or perfect. In romantic relationships, this can manifest as one partner being overly dependent on the other for validation, rather than developing a deeper, more genuine connection. In the workplace, it can result in employees who avoid challenges or growth opportunities, fearing that failure will diminish their status or reputation. In contrast, when praise is given for effort, perseverance, and improvement, it helps foster a growth mindset. By focusing on how someone has developed their skills or worked through challenges, we encourage them to keep growing and learning. In relationships, this type of praise can strengthen bonds by reinforcing the idea that both partners are committed to personal and mutual growth. In the workplace, it encourages employees to embrace challenges and continuously strive to improve. Overcoming relationship challenges with the growth mindset. One of the most powerful insights Dweck offers is how the growth mindset can help individuals navigate difficult times in relationships. Every relationship faces challenges, whether it's dealing with stress, conflict, or personal changes. However, a growth mindset enables individuals to approach these challenges with a sense of curiosity and determination. Instead of avoiding problems or blaming others, they take responsibility and work together to find solutions. For example, in a romantic relationship, a couple facing financial struggles might choose to approach the situation as a team, brainstorming ways to improve their financial situation and supporting each other through the process. Instead of seeing the problem as something that will break them apart, they see it as an opportunity to strengthen their bond and grow together. In the workplace, employees or leaders facing challenges such as project delays or organizational changes might approach the situation by focusing on how they can learn from the experience and adapt to improve their work. The power of forgiveness and rebuilding trust. Dweck also touches on the role of forgiveness and trust in relationships. A growth mindset encourages individuals to forgive past mistakes and rebuild trust over time. In relationships, whether romantic or professional, setbacks and betrayals can happen. However, individuals with a growth mindset believe that people can change, learn, and grow, and they are more likely to offer second chances. For example, if a partner makes a mistake in a romantic relationship, a person with a growth mindset is more likely to see the mistake as part of a broader learning process. They understand that mistakes do not define a person and that forgiveness and mutual effort can help repair the relationship. In the workplace, leaders with a growth mindset are often more likely to give employees opportunities to recover from past failures, offering guidance and support rather than punishment. Chapter 7: Parents, Teachers, and Coaches, Mindsets in the Classroom and Beyond. In Chapter 7 of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol S. Dweck shifts her focus to the influence of mindsets on the roles of parents, teachers, and coaches. She explores how the mindsets of those in positions of authority, whether at home, in school, or in sports, affect the development and success of children and athletes. Dweck shows how understanding the power of mindset can transform how we guide and support young people, helping them to develop the resilience and perseverance necessary for success. The fixed mindset in parenting and teaching. Dweck starts by discussing the impact of the fixed mindset on parenting and teaching. Parents or teachers who have a fixed mindset believe that intelligence and abilities are static traits, something a child is born with or not. This belief often leads to practices that may unintentionally hinder a child's development. For example, when parents or teachers praise children for being naturally smart or gifted, they reinforce the idea that intelligence is something innate and unchangeable. While this may boost the child's self-esteem in the short term, it can actually set them up for failure later on, as they may begin to fear challenges and avoid situations where they might not succeed. A child raised in an environment where their abilities are praised based on talent alone may begin to equate their worth with success and fear failure. When faced with challenges, they might give up or feel discouraged, because their belief in their natural abilities makes them view any setback as a reflection of their inadequacy. This pattern often leads to a lack of resilience and a diminished desire to put in the effort required to improve. Similarly, teachers with a fixed mindset might unknowingly limit their students' potential by praising only innate abilities rather than effort and perseverance. They may be more likely to favor students who naturally excel, neglecting those who struggle but might improve with time and effort. These students may then internalize the belief that they are simply not capable of succeeding, leading them to disengage from their education and avoid trying harder. The growth mindset in parenting and teaching. In contrast, Dweck emphasizes the powerful effect of the growth mindset on parenting and teaching. Parents and teachers who believe in the growth mindset view intelligence and abilities as malleable, something that can be developed over time through effort, learning, and persistence. They praise the process, the effort, the hard work, and the learning that comes from facing challenges, rather than just focusing on the end result or a student's natural talent. This approach encourages children to embrace challenges, work through difficulties, and continue learning without fear of failure. For example, a parent with a growth mindset might praise a child for sticking with a difficult task and persevering, rather than simply congratulating them for getting it right. Teachers with a growth mindset encourage students to see mistakes as opportunities for growth, rather than as failures to avoid. This helps students develop a healthier relationship with challenges and failure. They come to understand that they don't need to be perfect to succeed, effort and persistence are key. Dweck shares the example of a teacher who actively fosters a growth mindset in the classroom by creating a supportive environment where all students are encouraged to try their best, regardless of their starting point. Such an environment celebrates effort, perseverance, and progress, helping students feel confident and capable of improving. These students learn that success is not about being inherently smart, but about continually striving to learn and grow. The role of praise and encouragement. One of the key points Dweck makes in this chapter is the importance of praise and encouragement. She notes that the way we praise children, whether in sports, school, or at home, can have a significant impact on their mindset. For instance, when children are praised for their effort, process, and persistence, they are more likely to develop a growth mindset. However, when they are praised for being smart or talented, they may come to believe that their value is tied to their innate abilities, making them more likely to avoid challenges and give up easily when things get tough. Dweck cautions against praising children for traits that are fixed and unchangeable, such as intelligence or athletic ability. Instead, she recommends focusing praise on things that are within the child's control, such as their effort, strategies, and progress. For example, a parent or coach might say, "I'm really impressed with how hard you worked on this project," rather than, "You're so smart." The latter type of praise can create pressure for the child to always be smart, whereas the former praise encourages them to see the value in effort and persistence. The impact of growth mindset in sports and coaching. Dweck extends her discussion to sports and how coaches can influence athletes' mindsets. A coach who operates with a growth mindset understands that athletes improve through consistent effort, practice, and learning from mistakes. Rather than focusing solely on talent, they create an environment where athletes are encouraged to push their limits, try new techniques, and keep working even after failures. These coaches value the process of development and inspire athletes to take risks, learn from feedback, and continuously grow, rather than relying solely on their natural abilities. Dweck contrasts this with coaches who possess a fixed mindset, those who emphasize natural talent and place pressure on their athletes to perform perfectly. Such coaches may praise athletes for their innate ability and expect consistent results without acknowledging the effort behind success. When athletes face challenges or setbacks, coaches with a fixed mindset might criticize them or give up on them, rather than using the situation as an opportunity for growth. Athletes under such coaches may struggle with self-doubt, fear of failure, and a lack of resilience, leading them to shy away from challenges and not reach their full potential. Case studies in parenting and education. Dweck includes case studies of children and students who were shaped by either a fixed or growth mindset, providing real-life examples of how mindset influences development. She describes how children who were encouraged to focus on effort and learning, rather than innate ability, were more resilient and successful in the long run. For instance, a student who struggled in math but was praised for their perseverance and ability to learn from mistakes was more likely to continue improving, while a child who was told they were bad at math might have internalized that belief and avoided trying. She also provides the example of children who are praised for their ability rather than their effort. These children are more likely to experience a drop in motivation and performance when they face difficult tasks, as they are unable to reconcile failure with their sense of self-worth. They may start to avoid challenges, fearing that they will no longer be seen as smart or talented if they don't succeed. Building a growth mindset in parents, teachers, and coaches. Dweck discusses how adults, parents, teachers, and coaches can build a growth mindset within themselves and those they influence. She explains that the first step is recognizing the importance of mindset in development and understanding that intelligence and abilities can grow. Adults must then shift their own mindset and model growth-oriented thinking, demonstrating how to approach challenges and setbacks with resilience and a willingness to learn. They should also be conscious of how they praise and encourage children, always focusing on effort, persistence, and improvement. For example, parents can create a growth-minded environment by modeling how they approach their own challenges, whether in their careers or in personal pursuits. Teachers can incorporate growth mindset language into their classrooms by reinforcing the idea that everyone can improve with practice. Coaches can create a supportive atmosphere that values learning and improvement, encouraging athletes to embrace challenges as part of their growth journey. The ripple effect of mindset. Dweck concludes Chapter 7 by emphasizing the ripple effect of mindset. When parents, teachers, and coaches adopt a growth mindset, they not only help individual children or athletes develop, but they also contribute to a broader culture of resilience, perseverance, and continuous learning. These adults set an example for future generations, teaching young people that success is not about innate ability but about the effort they put in and the strategies they use. Over time, this mindset shift can have profound effects on the educational system, sports culture, and society as a whole. Chapter 8 Summary: Changing Mindsets. In Chapter 8 of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol Dweck explores the possibility of changing mindsets. While much of the book has focused on how fixed and growth mindsets influence different areas of life, Chapter 8 addresses a key question: can we change our mindset, and if so, how? Dweck's exploration of this topic provides a roadmap for those seeking personal growth and transformation, regardless of their starting point. The importance of mindset awareness. Dweck begins by stressing the importance of awareness. Before anyone can change their mindset, they need to become aware of the mindset they are operating from. People with a fixed mindset might not even realize that they believe intelligence or talent is something static. They might assume that struggling with a task means they are inherently incapable, rather than viewing it as a chance for growth. The first step, then, is for individuals to recognize the role of mindset in their lives and understand the difference between the fixed and growth mindsets. She suggests that simply becoming aware of the mindset we have can begin to shift our perspective. For instance, recognizing that a fear of failure is tied to a fixed mindset can motivate individuals to start adopting a growth mindset. People who begin to understand that their abilities are not fixed but can be developed with effort are more likely to approach challenges with resilience and perseverance. The power of yet. Dweck introduces a powerful concept, the idea of adding the word yet to statements about our abilities. This simple change in language can be a transformative tool for shifting from a fixed to a growth mindset. When individuals say, "I can't do this," they are adopting a fixed mindset. However, when they say, "I can't do this yet," they open up the possibility for growth. The word yet implies that while they may not have mastered something right now, with effort and persistence, success is achievable. For example, a student struggling with math might say, "I don't understand this problem." But adding yet to that statement changes the outlook. "I don't understand this problem yet." This shift in thinking reinforces the idea that ability is not fixed and that through effort and learning, improvement is possible. Dweck encourages people to start using this language, not just with themselves but also with others, to foster a growth mindset environment. Strategies for changing mindsets. Dweck offers several strategies for individuals seeking to change their mindset. The first strategy is to embrace challenges rather than avoid them. People with a fixed mindset tend to shy away from challenges because they fear failure or making mistakes. However, people with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. By embracing challenges, individuals begin to shift their mindset towards one that values effort and improvement. Another strategy is to celebrate effort, not just results. Dweck notes that it's common for people to praise only outcomes, like winning a race or getting a perfect score on a test. However, praising effort reinforces the belief that success is the result of hard work and perseverance. When individuals are praised for their effort, regardless of the outcome, they are more likely to embrace challenges in the future and continue putting in effort. Dweck also emphasizes the importance of learning from criticism. In a fixed mindset, people may view feedback as a personal attack or as a sign of inadequacy. In contrast, people with a growth mindset view feedback as a valuable tool for improvement. By learning to accept and use criticism constructively, individuals can continuously grow and refine their abilities. Dweck encourages individuals to view constructive feedback as a necessary step toward mastery, rather than something to avoid or fear. The role of role models and mentors. In Chapter 8, Dweck also discusses the influence of role models and mentors in changing mindsets. She explains that one of the most effective ways to shift from a fixed to a growth mindset is by surrounding oneself with individuals who embody the growth mindset. These role models can show us what it looks like to approach challenges with resilience, persistence, and a focus on effort rather than talent. A mentor who values the growth mindset can be instrumental in helping someone navigate setbacks and persevere. They provide guidance not by focusing solely on results, but by encouraging the mentee to continue working hard, learning from mistakes, and pushing their boundaries. This mentorship is vital because it provides both emotional support and practical strategies for tackling challenges. The role of teachers and coaches in shaping mindsets. Dweck explores how teachers and coaches play a significant role in helping individuals change their mindsets. Just as they can instill a fixed mindset through their praise and expectations, they can also help foster a growth mindset. Teachers and coaches who praise effort, provide constructive feedback, and encourage persistence help to create an environment where students and athletes feel empowered to improve. For example, a teacher who encourages a student to continue working on a problem, even if they're initially struggling, is helping the student develop a growth mindset. Instead of giving up on the student or labeling them as not good at math, the teacher reinforces the idea that learning is a process and that effort leads to improvement. Similarly, coaches who emphasize teamwork, personal development, and the process of improvement rather than focusing solely on winning can create athletes who embrace challenges and develop resilience. Changing the mindset of groups and organizations. While Chapter 8 primarily focuses on individual mindset change, Dweck also discusses how organizations and groups can benefit from a collective shift in mindset. She explains that organizations with a fixed mindset often create cultures of competition and fear, where employees or members are afraid to take risks or fail. In contrast, organizations with a growth mindset encourage collaboration, learning, and continuous improvement. In such environments, individuals feel safe to share ideas, experiment with new strategies, and learn from mistakes without fear of judgment. Leaders who foster a growth mindset within organizations are crucial in creating a culture where growth and learning are prioritized over immediate success. These leaders encourage their teams to see challenges as opportunities for growth, and they model resilience and perseverance in the face of setbacks. The limits of the fixed mindset. In Chapter 8, Dweck also delves into the limitations of the fixed mindset. She explains that individuals with a fixed mindset often hit a plateau in their personal growth. When faced with difficulties, they may retreat, convinced that they are incapable of improving. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset continuously seek out new challenges and opportunities to grow. By adopting a growth mindset, individuals can break through these limitations, achieving higher levels of success and fulfillment. Dweck emphasizes that changing a mindset is not a quick fix, it requires conscious effort and practice. However, she reassures readers that anyone can shift from a fixed to a growth mindset, no matter their age or background. By consistently applying the strategies discussed in the chapter, individuals can rewire their thinking, increase their resilience, and unlock their full potential. Mindset. The new psychology of success shows how our beliefs about our abilities can shape our lives. A growth mindset encourages resilience, learning, and persistence, helping us overcome challenges and unlock our potential. This aligns perfectly with the mission of Mindful Audio, to inspire and motivate listeners through impactful audiobooks. By sharing insights from books like Mindset, your channel fosters personal growth, helping your audience embrace challenges and develop the mindset needed to succeed. Both the book and your channel aim to empower individuals to continuously grow, learn, and reach their fullest potential.